Alright, this next fight, man, Caio Borralho versus Gadzhi Omargadzhiev. I've looked into the fight, 50-50 fight for sure. The odds are kind of saying it too. Like, we've got Gadzhi Omargadzhiev as minus 140. I think that's a pretty fair line, and Caio Borralho returning barely plus money. If you're wanting to lay down on him personally, I wouldn't lay down on this fight whatsoever. I don't think there's any really bet that on this fight that makes sense unless you're going dog or pass. But even then, you're not going to get the craziest return out of Caio Borralho, who might be my pick. I'm still 50-50 on the fight. I know I'm in the breakdown video, but I'm really unsure. I will give you guys a slight lean at the end. You know what, I'm going to give you guys a slight lean right now. My slight lean is actually Caio Borralho. I like this guy's jiu-jitsu skill set. Caio Borralho, he has trained with Demian Maia in the past. In fact, I can probably prove it right now. Caio Borralho, Demian Maia, here we go. He has trained with Demian Maia in the past, and he's got a great ground game. He's also been in there with the madman that is Jailton Almeida. Shout out to the MMA guru for pointing that one out to me. And he made it to decision with Jailton Almeida in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu match. And Jailton Almeida is going to make waves in the light heavyweight division. I'm telling you that for a fact. He also did impress me with his his work ethic, quote unquote, in the Dana White's Contender Series fight. He beat Aaron Jeffrey by a decision, and then he only returned 3 weeks later, I think it was. 3 weeks later to fight Jesse Murray at 205 pounds. He beat Aaron Jeffries, the underdog as well in Dana White's Contender Series. Returned 3 weeks later to fight Jesse Murray at 205 pounds. He won that fight, and then in the first round as well, and Dana White was like, you know what, like, you've won 2 fights in Dana White's Contender Series in a row. We'll give you the contract. Now that he's had the contract, he has had a couple of fights fall out, and now he's going to be fighting Gadzhi Omargadzhiev, who hasn't fought for 5 months himself, and he did win Dana White's Contender Series 2021 against Yancy Silva, who is a Muay Thai guy. But Yancy Silva is only a Muay Thai guy. Yancy Silva had no ground game whatsoever, so Gadzhi Omargadzhiev was easily able to get that submission win. Before that, he was fighting relatively okay levels of competition on the regional scene himself. But what he's been doing is he takes his guys to the ground, and he's kind of slow on the ground, but he does put a lot of pressure when he's on the ground. So here we go. Demian Maia and Caio Borralho teach a knee bar defense, ending on a kata gatagami. I don't really know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu terms, but what this tells me, Caio Borralho and Demian Maia do train together or have trained together in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the past. So that tells me that Caio Borralho, he does have a great ground game. He went to a decision in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fight with Jailton Almeida. But as for Gadzhi Omargadzhiev, the level of competition is actually quite impressive. To be fair, he's been 7-0 guy, 7-1 guy on the Contender Series there, 17-18, 9-2. It's pretty hard to not pick Gadzhi Omargadzhiev here, but I feel like styles make fights, and Caio Borralho, he's got a very awkward karate stance on the feet. I feel like he could potentially pose some problems to Gadzhi Omargadzhiev, who does have good stand-up himself. But you know what, I really do kind of like the dog here. I like Caio Borralho. I like Caio Borralho's, I like his attitude. I like the fact that he is willing to fight twice in Dana White's Contender Series. He really wants this, guys. He really wants to be in the UFC, and I feel like the guy that wants it more in a matchup so close like this potentially could be the guy getting the win. I feel like Caio Borralho is a guy that's going to want to win the UFC debut more than Gadzhi Omargadzhiev, in my opinion. I'm going Caio Borralho. I think he's going to lock up a submission, but I would not be surprised whatsoever if Omargadzhiev got the win. So don't really quote me too hard on this, guys, because I don't come back and give me heaps of hate, because I'm not saying Caio Borralho is a lock whatsoever, man. In fact, Gadzhi Omargadzhiev, if I was making fantasy odds myself, I would put Gadzhi Omargadzhiev as a very slight favourite and Caio Borralho is a very slight underdog, but I am still picking the guy that I would consider the dog, man. I'm picking Caio Borralho. I think he's the dog that's going to fight for your money, but and then again, I don't really recommend playing money on this fight. Caio Borralho, he's a dog though. He's a dog and he's coming to fight, and I will be picking the dog and Borralho to win this fight here. It's a great fight and I really cannot wait for it.